All right, everyone, it's time for our monthly review.
Yes, this video we are going to talk about August of 2024 versus August of 2023. Yes. The reasons why we do the monthly review along with our weekly snapshot. Our weekly snapshot gives us lead measures so we can make decisions in the moment, real time. Our monthly review gives us the opportunity to step back and look at what the market trend is. Are we leaning towards going into a buyer's market? Are we going to stay in a sell? Like, what's going on there? So we're taking the bird's eye view and the in the forest view.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our bird's eye view, and we're going to dive into what's been happening. If you did not see this graph,
what would you say? Bird's eye is more for investors or people like with a long-term kind of outlook, sitting back and seeing what's what.
It's for people that play the long game in real estate. Yeah. It's for people that sit back and they listen to the media. Here's why it is. Okay, here's what it's for.
I knew we would get to the meat of the situation. Come on now.
This is why we do this, because when you are listening to what they say in the media and they're saying house prices, blah, 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 or the market is doing this.
What a catastrophe.
Yes. They are quoting based on sold stats.
Yes.
If a property sold today, got a sold stat today, that property would be reported, today is, as of this recording, September 19th. That property would be reported in the October report, which means, likely,
close to November.
Yeah, well, it'd be reported in the October stats, but then it would be
like actually reported in November.
By October 10th, and then out in the media by close to November. So that sold data alone is going to be about 30 to 45 days old.
Right.
And this property that sold today went under contract 30 to 45 days previously. So it's actually August to July data. So you can't make decisions based on this information. That's why we use the weekly snapshot. But we want to do this so that you have
the weekly snapshot is for the people actually out there pounding the pavement, looking
yes.
for houses, needing to sell a house right then. This one is for those of you who want to see what's actually going on compared to what you're hearing is going on in the news.
Yeah. And for historical data, like you can just look at this in 10 years and be like, oh yeah,
I have gone on forever about what this is even about.
I know,
okay, just let's get to it.
Okay. Have we even played our jingle yet?
Jingle time.
Okay, so first thing we want to talk about is the number of new listings in August of 2024 was 1,118. These statistics are all for Fairfax County, Virginia. Yep. Just to give you some
context.
Context, thank you. 1,118. In August of 2023, it was 1,207. So we were down a little bit in the number of listings. Our inventory was down for August. Total number of sales was 1,041 versus 1,148. So number of sales were down as well. So market activity overall was down a little bit, which we've been feeling that here in the market. Next we have, did I do that right? Yeah. Next we have days on market. Days on market for August 2024 was 19. These are the number of days on average that it takes for a property to go under contract, which you can see has been slowly increasing as we've gotten into the fall, which is the normal trend.
It's the same as last year, though.
It's the normal seasonal trend. 19 for August 2023, so it was flat, same year over year. Months of inventory, we're still only at 2 months of inventory. Again, just to clarify what months of inventory is if you took all of the inventory and you took the rate of transactions in the market for the last 30 days and there was no new inventory and the rate of transaction stayed the same, all the inventory would be gone in 2 months. Anything under a 5 to 6 month window is considered a seller's market. Anything in a 5 to 6 month window is considered a normal market. Anything above 6 months is a buyer's market. So we are certainly in a seller's market.
But even more than last year?
Even more than last year, yeah. Which it doesn't feel like.
It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, but statistically, that's why we do stats versus feelings, because feelings lie.
Not mine.
Never. Median sales price. Our median sales price for August is right here. I don't have the number popping up.
It's like just under 750.
Yeah, just under 750, and August 2023 was just over 700. So it's certainly increased.
Yeah.
And the important thing to remember about median sales price is, I know you get bored on this part, you hate it when I go through this. Median sales price is defined as the number that falls in the middle of the sampling of all the sales that occurred. This is used to determine house values. This is a good number to use because
it's a great number,
yeah,
Sean.
because it doesn't skew with averages and large price points and stuff like that. But you have to understand what it's saying. Median sales price does not indicate home value.
It does not.
So here's how we're going to show you that.
Yeah.
So you can see in month 1 on this example, you can see these sales prices, and you can see the median sales price was $500,000.
Median is middle.
It fell right in the middle.
Right.
Then you go to month 2 and you can see these sales prices. If you look, these sales prices are all higher than these sales prices, except
the middle,
which is $400,000, right? It's
Right.
right smack dab in the middle. So month 1 had a median sales price of $500,000. Month 2 had a median sales price of $400,000. So based on what the media would tell you is they would say, you know what, housing just fell 20%, which in your mind tells you, hey, I can now get that $500,000 house for $400,000. But that's not what it means. You have to look at each individual property to see what those valuations are doing. It can be neighborhood specific, market specific, state specific. You just have to get down into minutia.
That's what we're good at.
The minutia.
Minutia is so much more fun to me.
It is fun, yeah.
Did you hear my stomach?
I did. All right. In this graph we're looking at the average sales price to list price ratio. So in other words, if a property went on the market at $1 million, did it sell for above or below $1 million? So August of 2023, this is October, September, August, was just over 100%. Looks like about 101%.
Yeah, probably.
August of 2024 was close to 110%.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of overbidding happening in August.
But I believe that number is going to go down slightly. Well, no, I did believe that when I thought that buyers were going to have to pay their agents. But now we're seeing they're getting it in their contracts. But what's actually going to shake out? I'm excited. I'm excited to see what shakes out.
I will too. I am too. I have a feeling this number is going to go down a little bit. It tends to trend downward and then go up in the spring, but that's a high number. But
then I almost anticipate it going down a little bit more than the trend because for this reason.
We'll see. Plus, it's a really high number. Look, in the last year, it's only number 2. It's number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has never happened before. This is an unprecedented thing we're dealing with. And you're going to have to tune in next month to find out how it worked out.
That is right. Okay. All right. So, for those of you, I love this graph.
What even is this?
I love this graph. So, for those of you, number 1, we are still in a seller's market. We still have higher demand than supply. So there's no indicator of prices going down, but I still talk to people every week that are waiting for the market to crash. So I love this graph because this is the one that shows us what's happened since the 1940s. If you look at all of these greens are years where we ended up in a positive for the year, positive price growth. All the reds are where we had a negative price growth, okay? And then these are the decade numbers. So you can see 1940s, for example, 129%. We don't even have the 20s figured out. We don't have 23 and 24, but we know that those prices are going up.
Oh, so the reds where it went super crapped out in the 20s, 2000s and 2010s, that was the whole 07, 08, 09
Yeah, so that's a good
situation?
point. That's a good question.
Okay.
So good question, Kyle. So if you look here in the 90s where the prices went down, the net price reduction in 1990 was 1%.
That one says 0. That should be why.
That's because it was it was flat from a loss.
Oh,
so it was still
that
down
makes sense.
compared to. If you go over here into the huge crash, that's when you got the aughts. That's when you had the huge market crash.
Yeah.
But then those are the only years that had total negative growth. So there were
that deserved it.
That did. There were only 7 years since 1942, 7 years where we had a loss, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those 7 years happened with the market crash that was caused by real estate.
Yeah.
Overall, and there was one year over here that was flat. So of the last 81 years, there have been 7 that have gone down. So if you are gambling and counting on a market crash to bring you back around,
like that.
Don't be gambling. Don't be a gambler. All right. And here's a great little graphic. I forgot I had this on here. So we are in election season as of the shooting of this video, And 7 of the last 8 elections, the year following the election, home prices have gone up, and you can see.
Well, except for that dumb year of 08.
Except for this
so
dumb
ignore
year.
that one.
That was the one that was the 7 of the 8 that didn't.
Right.
So 2008, that was during the market crash. The rest of the years, prices went up. So the election, everybody may be a little bit on the fence right now, but prices will historically and likely go up next year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll see you on our next video.